Assalamu alaikum boys and girls, how are you? I hope you all doing great. This is teacher Minna, and today we will proceed with our science lesson. So make sure that you grab your science book and we will start right away. I missed you all guys. I cannot wait to see you inshallah again in this lesson. I hope it will be very exciting for you. I'm very excited to give it to you. It's about space, stars, and all of this science stuff that we all love and like. And as you know, the science is my favorite subject. I hope it's your favorite too. So let's dive in and we will start our science right now. So make sure that you open the page not 100 this time, 91. Page number 91. If you don't have the book, that's okay, you can stay with us in this one. And right, today's date, it's not appearing here, but it's March 27, 2020. It's above, it's here. Okay. In this lesson, we're going to learn something and some tool that every scientist, if he want to be an astronaut, if he want to look to the sky and learn new things about the things in the space, our planet, other planet, the stars, and what so on, he needs to have this thing or this tool. This tool called telescope. It's called telescope. What is telescope, miss? As you can see here, guys, look at this boy. What is looking at? This one called telescope. Repeat after me, telescope. Make here a circle on this word, telescope. If you don't have the book, get out your notebook and write this word, telescope. What is telescope? So guys, you know, when we were looking at the sky, we see the things are really small because we are so far away from all the things in the space, because the space is out of our planet. We see the stars like dot like this, and we see the moon. We see the moon is the biggest thing that we can see because he's so close to us. And the sun, we can see it too, but actually they are very big, but we see them small because they are very far away from us. So the telescope helping us to see the things bigger, okay, because the telescope take all the light here, and we can see here from this. We call this eyepiece. We call this eyepiece because we look with our eyes to it and we can see the things much better, much clearer and bigger. Okay, so this lesson name is Closer View. Would you like to see the moon or stars up close? A telescope is a tool that makes things look bigger. You can use a telescope to see the sky. The moon looks bigger. You can see more stars in the sky. Never look at the sun with this tool. You could hurt your eyes. So guys, we have a look with the telescope at the night, but we don't look at the sun, because the sun is the nearest star to us, and it's very hot, and sometimes it can't hurt our eyes. So don't look with the telescope to the sun. Okay guys, so how do you use a telescope? Look at the picture for clues. So we will see some video, but to make this closer to you, what is here is like, this is a tube, right? It's a normal tube, but it's not the tube who makes us see the things bigger. No, here there is some magnifying lens. Okay, like this one. You know, when you have this magnifying lens, you see the things bigger, right? And this lens too collect all the light. So even if the things are dark outside in the space, when you point it to shiny star or planet, we can see them because it can collect the light. So it's like magnifying lens. We call this lens. And this what we have here at the end of the telescope. So we have the lens here at the end of the telescope, and we have the tube and the eyepiece. We look in the eyepiece with our eye, in the tube with the magnifying lens. That's why we can see the stars, the moon, much bigger than the real things. So you remember the moon motions and phases when we were seeing the moon? This is how we can see the moon from far away, right? From our window. But if we want to have a close look at the moon and to see the moon's bigger, because the moon is really big, right? Because we cannot see. We are going to use the telescope. When we look to the telescope, we will see the moon like this. It's very big, right? It's made of rock. Do you remember the song for the moon? Yes? Can you sing it with me? Yes, it's my time to shine. It's my time to shine. So yes, he said in the song that he is like a rock, right? It is rock. And you see these holes because in the space there is other rock that hit the moon, because the moon has not atmosphere, a layer covering the moon like the earth. Alhamdulillah, we have this layer who can stop any rocks from hitting our earth, but the moon doesn't have it. So here some rocks hit, the meteors hit the moon, and he has these holes. So it's not that much beautiful, right? Like we see it. We normally see it like this. We see the moon like this at the sky, the full moon. This is not, as we talked before, the moon has more than one phase, right? Sometimes it starts like a crescent, sometimes it's a quarter, first quarter, third quarter, gibbous, and stuff like that. So this is the full moon. When we are in the middle of the month, because the moon takes 1 month to make all of his phases, so this is the moon when he's full moon. So let's hear here what we have to say about this. Look at the picture. They show the full moon. Think about the phases of the moon. What do they tell you about how the moon moves around? So when we see the moon start as crescent, and then like it's like waxing gibbous, and then it's third quarter and stuff like a first quarter and stuff like that. What we learn from that the moon goes around the earth. Okay, so here she said, put a small X on the full moon you would see through a telescope. Okay, here we have how many moons here at this picture? Yes, excellent job. We have 2 moons. Okay, which one of them we can see through telescope? This one or this one? See, the telescope makes the moon bigger. So which? Excellent job. This one. So let's put X here at the moon that we can see from the telescope. Remember we said here this is the moon we will see at the telescope? Yes. So this is the moon we will see from telescope, so we will put X on this one. A small X, not really big, like here we can make like a small X here. Okay, what details can you see on this full moon that you cannot see on the other Y? Okay, so what here stuff we can see at this moon, at the full moon here, we cannot say in other phases. This moon here, remember the other phases, how it was looking? Look, it has here, it has a crescent shape. Here it has half circle, almost circle. So here the moon, it has circle shape and it's so bright, right? So here it has circle shape and it's so bright than the other moon phases, right? So what details can you see on this full moon? You cannot see on other. The full moon here has circle shape and it's so bright. Okay guys, so let's go and see some of the videos that I told you about. There's a lot of interesting videos here. I want you to check on how is the things look like from the telescope. Wait for a minute.
Looking into.
So we were looking into space. Okay, so this is the sky at the day. It's a really beautiful sky when we were looking at it. But we cannot see so much stars because of the sun. But at the night, we can see the moon and other dazzling stars, right? When you look at it, so beautiful. But we see it like really small. We cannot see inside of what we have inside. So how can we watch this thing from a close look? How can we look at this stuff? What we will use, well, it's for our eyes, it's really small, but the real thing, it's really big. What we can see with our eyes is not the real thing because it's so far away. We can use a different thing to watch this stuff, as I told you, which is the telescope. This telescope is basically like this. It collects the light and can search for things that we see in the sky, like the stars out there, like the sun, the moon, all the other planets in our solar system can be saw with the telescope, like Saturn, Venus, Jupiter, Uranus, Mercury. So this is the man who invented this tool because he wanted to look and learn from the sky. Okay guys, so this is Jupiter. It's one of the biggest planet of our solar system, and Jupiter has 4 moons. We have only 1 moon, but Jupiter here, actually he has more than 4 moons. He has like 16 moons. This is the biggest 4 moons. You know guys, once I went to a telescope night and I looked at Jupiter and I saw the 4 moon of Jupiter, and it's really amazing. You should go and see it one day. And I took my nephew with me. His name is Malik. It's like our Malik. So let's see here, what is the thing look like at real life. Look guys, this is the moon now. He's not a full moon because full moon it's all white. So this is the moon here. Okay, this is one of the planets out there. It's Venus. Look, when you look at the telescope, that's how it look. We don't have look of the earth because we are in the earth. We cannot see the earth in telescope because we are inside the earth. If we go out, we can see the earth, but we are in the earth, we cannot see the earth. This is Mars. This is one of the planets, and it's the closest planet to earth. Let's see Jupiter. Yes, can you see the rings here from Jupiter? When we look at the telescope, we can see this picture. The real telescope, but the real things is like that. And if it's really big telescope, we can see it like this. Okay, see Saturn. I saw Saturn before with the telescope too. It was really amazing. It has rings around it. It's not rings, it's rocks, but it go really fast, so it looks like rings. Uranus, it's this blue beautiful planet. And there is Neptune. It's smaller. Look how we can see it because it's really far away. This is how we can see it from the telescope, and this is from bigger telescope than it. Okay guys, thank you for watching. That was it. See you next time, inshallah. Bye bye.